Hey soccer fans, what's happening out there? Paul Mittermeier, and I'm in the office where all the magic happens because there's a new academy that's going to happen in Baltimore, a soccer academy for youth. It's called the Bascome Futbol Leadership Academy. Let's bring in David Bascome. David, first of all, talk about why you want to do this and what's driven you to want to bring this to Baltimore.
And this is my life, this game of football, as we call it in Bermuda. The other thing is understanding how important not just football is or soccer is, but sports. See, because for years I've been getting more involved in the academics, education, behavior with my power and leadership, and I've realized there's some missed opportunities here. When we look at in 2016, 330,000 young people was going for scholarships, 10% get them, right?
Right.
When you're looking at the percentage of the young people that make it to a pro, 0.01. When we're looking at the drop-off and the fall-off, if we don't pay attention to the academics, to the social development, and not just the game, then we're going to find is that behavior, these accountability is going to change, and our young people is not going to grow. So we're trying to basically, what we're doing is building something here that's going to give them a greater journey and experience, and we want them to experience and be a part of our 4 pillars.
Let's talk about history for a second. Let's talk about how we got here with David Bascome. Behind us, of course, some of the history, the ISL down in Bermuda. I know, David, you've been helping young people in Bermuda for a long time now with your camps. Talk about taking that and bringing it here to Baltimore.
The reason why this was created back in 2007, as you was a big part of this, Paul, is that to the same thing, right? Create opportunities for young men, put them in a professional environment, and running these 8 teams. I mean, we talk about those trophies, had to be about 60 to 70 pounds, right? You had to carry it through the airport. And it was crucial because it's the faces doing something for them, watching the outcome. And to this day, we only ran it for 5 years, which was a long enough time, and I wanted to see change, and that's what we saw. Now I want to this new step. The one thing that was missing with this, and I must put my hand up, was getting a better understanding on the mindset. How do we shift the player's mindset, an athlete's mindset, to be more embedded into community, to be more embedded with education, and to really understand the value of it.
All right, let's expand on that because you threw out the numbers, David. Hundreds of thousands. There's a lot of soccer camps out there. You can go anywhere. But let's talk about yours because it's not just about going out in the field and learning skill. It's about being a professional. It's about understanding the educational part of it. It's about the culture of it. Talk about why a kid should come and do the David camp as opposed to others with all the pieces that surround what you do.
And that's crucial because we're not here telling young people, telling parents, you have to come to us. What we're hearing is kind of making sure is that no matter where you go, is that there's an accountability and a standard that we now have to, we're sharing with you to look for. So what you're going to experience at this academy, experience the journey more than just a game. So Paul, what we have done is we've created these pillars. There's 4 pillars, as you can see.
Take a look at the chart.
Up in here. So this is where all the magic happens, and all the work. And if you see is that we're running this academy under 4 pillars. And the core of the process and the core of this academy runs from here, our culture. What is the culture, right? The culture is a climate that we're looking to change for the training and games. The culture is making sure is that from coaches' dress code, the language piece, making sure all our coaches are running the same language, the same thing. The code of conduct, the academy framework, things of a culture and a climate change, like an awards banquet, right? We used to do this a lot in Bermuda. Parent education, getting parents more involved, right? Making things more transparent for the parents so they have to understand the game. No longer will they won't come here and not know the game. We're going to teach them the game. Social media, posters, branding the players. When a little person comes to us in this academy, it's not about you trying out. We're going to place you. And not only place you on your skill, we're going to also place you on your mindset, right, on how you think. The next piece is talking about leadership. The Power of One is basically a global model that I've created, okay, 4 levels for leadership. We're going to be having leadership workshops. The first workshop is what is your why, what is your purpose? Why are you here, right? It's not just about the game. And non-negotiables. The parents have to also go to these workshops. We have a self-esteem workshop. Many young athletes and young players and people in general, their mindset of a dominant influential state is compliance. Can they handle situations? Why do our little people get a lot of red cards? Well, it's because they probably can't control their mindset. Those are the classes that they'll be going through, non-negotiable. How to brand themselves, right? What does that look like? We're not just talking about on the field. We're going to be having basically disciplinary forms and also academic forms and social development forms, behavior forms going to their actually schools where the teachers are going to have to sign off on. Culture-related learning. A part of a sports piece that you see here and nutrition, a culture-related learning. Instead of just giving you a sheet and saying that you're going to do nutrition and learn nutrition, what you should eat, bad sugars, bad salts. No, we're going to take you to the grocery store. Take you to the grocery store, you put in groups. Nowadays, little people have to go find, and the little groups, breakfast, lunch, and a dinner based on, game meal. Okay, what it should look like. It's interesting, we've done this summer, and all my kids forgot to get water. Yeah. So now we're looking at the academics, right? Academics. How do we involve academics inside of this academy? What does that look like, right? For the first phase, the first 2 phases, what we're going to be doing is doing workshops. Giving them these behavior forms. The Power One forms is going to go home. They'll be doing Zoom report. Zoom report is going to be set up, is going to be what is their school performances, right? Also, one of the other biggest things is that the shift of the mind from a young person going from 5, 6, and 7 and going straight to 16, they got to go transform into different schools.
Right.
So what does that look like when we're dealing with the mindset of my athletes when they're going from elementary to middle to high? There's a shifting, right? So it's a nurturing. So we're giving them tools. All these are going to be now run by our implementation team, but we're going to have an educator that's going to be dealing with the academics. So we're going to be growing it every year. So the last piece is sports and nutrition workshops. Straight from CPR training, SCARS training, complete backgrounds, making sure the coaches are being developed, the whole process is the same thing, player development. Young people, a lot of them don't even know the schedules. The parents have to do the scheduling. A part of the leadership is that is the little person's responsibility. They got to know who they're playing, and they got to process it themselves. They're going to be going through a lot of routine and structure, okay? Because we have our levels in the academy, levels run from, we are always going to merge with and partner with our recreational program or process. Our job is to kind of merge with them, partner with them, and help them develop it by teaching their coaches.
So there's basically a level for everyone when you look at it.
Yes, and you are correct. And in all these areas, you have accountability with the parents. So the next phase, we're going to be starting in 2020, 6 to 8-year-olds Academy Juniors. The Academy Juniors is going to be the players who is actually who has that niche for the game, but we're not really pushing it on them right away. After that, we have our pre-academy. The pre-academy is probably players mainly is going to be our players that's going to be more into that travel age, right, that travel group. Then we got the academy, and then we got our pro and prospects. Here's the biggest story or the situation we're going to see change. We may not have many academy players to start off with.
Right.
You know why? Because we're going to make them accountable based on what the 21st century players should be.
Sure.
So what we're doing to support this is we're running our select programs. It's going to be run the U14 this summer and having players coming from all areas and playing for 5 weeks with games that are going to be designed. And this is now accountability. We will have basically, we got to build our operations manual that's already set. We're going to have our protocols for parents, players, coaches, all the way through. Accountability, standards, doing data checkpoints, do goal setting, okay? Standards, what standards are going to look like, our mission, objectives, and our outcomes. That's our focus. And we're talking about a culture and climate. I was telling one of the coaches the other day, I said, Coach, listen, we're going to make sure that you dress sharp, but we're also going to make you accountable. we've done is that with our coaching booklets, so our curriculum and our methodology of how we're coaching, okay, Jack Cavassia is actually one of the big coaches. Jack's actually one of the ones with the UEFA license, okay, and helps write the UEFA license. So we're going to be working here with my brother Andrew from Bermuda. These are the coaching booklets that all our coaches will be following, so this is a part of our guidelines.
So you can't be part of the academy without that training, and everyone coaches the same, right?
Yes, everybody coaches the same. The cool thing is that what's not here is what we're going to, all our coaches have to pass our leadership course by part 1. That's what I'm putting on. Once you pass that, you're telling us, you're showing us that you can engage with young people. You're not just going to come in because you may have a license or because you're a pro athlete and come in and coach. No, you have to pass our culture and leadership standards.
Again, it's not about how successful you are, it's about how you can help young people get to where they need to get, right?
Exactly, and you know, we've got these awesome little iPads our coaches are going to be, so when we told the coaches, well, we're going to be giving you an iPad. And when you go through, all your information is going to be here. Everything that you're going to need, from your ball mastery, from the curriculum, from the outcomes. We also have, all our managers are going to be going through a training course, okay? Because a lot of times we have parents as managers, but they may not have enough training. So we're going to make sure they're getting trained. We're both taking our time with this, right? Logo. What is this logo? Where does it come from? Well, if you look here, is that red and white was actually the club team that I played when I came up in Bermuda, you know, before I went pro. What we're looking at is that the integrity of these stars, okay? You find was that you got the white stars and the black stars. Those stars represent the championships that I've won with the Baltimore Blast. The black star represents all the struggles I went through and when I won my first championship in 2003. So the significance, and the shield is the bond. It guides the integrity of what we're doing. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
Absolutely.
You know, I got a good team. I'm excited about it. And it's really, I'm excited about this journey, but I'm also excited about changing the story. I'm excited about giving parents, players, tools to be successful, what this looks like. Listen, I am all about football in this area, soccer in this area. And there's nobody telling you that our program or process is going to be better than somebody else's. I want to make sure is that if we're going to do this, partner together, work together to help grow this awesome, awesome football, soccer community.
As you can see, a lot here to offer here at the Bascome Futbol Leadership Academy. If you want to get involved, we're just a few weeks away. Please check us out. Drop us an email, info at bflacademy.com. Again, that's info at bflacademy.com. And come on and jump on board and do something special with us here at the Bascome Futbol Leadership Academy.